Can't even do the gunshots no more. Can't even do the gunshots no more, man. It's against league rules. No, it's against
for
league
every
rules.
league, apparently. Actually, shoot.
Just damn. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keys podcast, the only podcast where the 4 stands for nothing. Or nothing.
Quite honestly,
We have 4 quarters in this year. I don't know. I don't know
the
what
4 letters in your name, not really, but sort of.
Is play PL. I don't know. Like somebody, when we got into that lab and tried to figure things out, we didn't figure this one out. We didn't get to the bottom of this. We didn't get to the bottom of this. I am your host, Greg. My co-host, Jax.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Play for Keys podcast, the podcast for casuals. You are a casual. This is the podcast for you. Before we dive into the real topics of the day, we got to get our affairs in order. And, close them doors.
Donations.
Close them doors.
Donations.
Close the doors.
Donations.
I can't eat. I'm broke,
shit.
nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that.
Hey, man. It's Marvin Sapp, man. It's Marvin
What do you
Sapp.
say, if we get everybody to send $20, if we could get everybody to send $20, we'll have, I don't know. But I'm just saying, if everybody sends $20,
there's 1,000 people on live right now. I challenge you. You know what I mean? And for the people that have already accepted that challenge,
All I hear is that check came me. I love it when you talk to me. My cat to see. My cat to see. I love it when you talk to me. My cat to see. My cat to see. That check.
link will always be in the bio. We just crossed 800 subscribers literally last night. So look, we're at 802. What, 198 to go to 1,000. I think we could do it.
yeah.
I think we could do it by May. Low key.
You've been putting out a whole bunch of videos, so that number has been rising rapidly. So
it's gonna be a clinic, and I still got at least 6 more in the chamber. At least 6 more. They have no clue. I forgot how many Will videos we done fucking did. I'm like, damn. Damn, there's some content. There's some content, man. Oh man. And finally, somebody mentioned to me that this is a special episode because
We do not care.
everything we about to talk about,
We do not care.
we just don't give a fuck about. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I ain't even got topics for the we do not care. We had to shift it from we do not care to okay, I guess we got to talk about it. I guess we got to care.
yeah.
But if we have a little mini side little
We do not care.
shout out to the Houston Cougars. They're playing today. The Final Four is happening. I'm a homer, so I'm a believe that my alma mater is gonna finally do it. So they play Duke tonight. I think it's gonna be a good game.
I hope it's a good game. Actually, I hope it's a bad game. I hope UH blows them out. That would make
Yeah,
me
I need Tennessee vibes, low key. I kind of want.
that would make me the happiest.
I would feel cool. That's just me, but yeah, because I think if we beat Duke, he got it in the bag. He got it in the bag. I ain't gonna hold it down. So shout out to them. But let's go ahead and get to the real topics that we have today, the things we have to fake care about. Let's go ahead and go to that MLB, that baseball. Whole lot of torpedoes going on, man.
Man, and it's crazy because I'm trying to watch baseball. I'm trying I'm trying to lock in. So this story did speak to me, but there's a new phenomenon. I feel like it's cheating, but apparently it's completely legal. And there's a baseball, the MLB. A lot of players are now beginning to use a new bat called a torpedo bat. And this whole thing, it started like first made people be like, "Wait, what's going on?" I think it was during the opening day game. It was the Yankees were playing. They're playing the Milwaukee team, the Brewers, I believe. Brewers? Yeah, they're playing them. And the Yankees, they won that game 20-9, which is low-key a football score. And everybody was like, why are the Yankees hitting all these home runs? Because they hit a total of 9 home runs, including 4 in the first inning and 3 on the first 3 pitches of the game. And then everybody was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, because Aaron Judge, he's cold. He can do that. All the mother niggas on the Yankees, they're like, all right, something is off here. It turns out the Yankees are using this new, like I said, a new torpedo bat. And the whole thing that makes me sort of feel like it's cheating, even though it's not, they just so happen to, the manufacturer changed the shape of the bat. They moved some of like the wood from the top of the bat to the middle, so it makes like a weird shape. And apparently it's completely legal because the bat is still the same length and still the same weight of everything. But now the bat is different and they're hitting way more home runs. And dude, like, it's legal, like I said. But do you think this is fair? Like, should this be a thing? Do you think everybody should have a torpedo bat, or everybody should just go back to like the normal bats?
Now, before I say what I'm about to say, basically for anybody that doesn't, get it in the simplest terms, they just basically widen the sweet spot of the bat, of where people would normally hit the bat, I guess, and made it a wider range. Whereas I bet like there's more.
It looks sort of like a bowling pin.
Yeah, that's what I agree with that. Now, me personally, I think everybody should have a torpedo bat. Look, if it was up to me, baseball would still be having steroids, but I know that'll never happen. I think this is our second option. Look, I was excited when I saw 3 pitches get hit off back to back to back. I don't care if it's cheating. It can't be cheating if the league is saying we good with it. So at this point, I need people to stop complaining because it's not an exclusive bat. It's one thing. It's like, damn, like only the Yankees got access to this. No, go get a torpedo bat, man. Everybody, I think there's somebody from the Padres that use theirs too. They got a torpedo bat. Now, apparently that nigga, you don't know shit about him because he ain't hitting no fucking home runs. It ain't working for that nigga yet. He ain't working for that nigga. And with Aaron Judge don't need the torpedo bat. I mean, Yeah,
they did ask him about it. He was like, "No, I don't need that. Why would I do that?" Imagine if he did, it'd be low-key. It already is sort of unfair pitching to him in the first place. But if he did have that bat, it for sure be unfair.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think, me personally, I think the MLB, this is a positive direction that the MLB is going in. Offense. We want more offense, my nigga. You know what I mean? The NFL did it in their own way. The NBA did it in their own way. MLB, you're late to the party, but you're finally saying, okay, if this is going to increase the offense, I'm not tripping. I'm not going to trip on it. Especially when I get in viewers like Jax to really lock in this first year. You know what I mean? You already did the pitch clock. You trying to speed the game up? I can't. Me personally, I just can't be upset with it.
I don't know, because the game I did watch on opening day, I was watching the Astros, and I forget who they played. I think it was the Mets, maybe. Yeah, and I don't remember the score of that game. I think it was like 3-1 or 4-1 or something like that. It was a very low scoring game in the first. So like seeing 20 runs, that would sort of I might lock in a little more, so it could be good for the fans. But then also just like I don't know, bro, because like will I not get desensitized to seeing these 20-19 baseball games and stuff? Like I'm not saying it's gonna happen all the time, but like wouldn't it start to? I feel like it start to feel like a little, I don't know, a little less special because home runs is supposed to be like the hardest thing to do in sports because it's already like hitting a pitch that's going 90 miles an hour at your face type. So I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
I mean, desensitized? I don't think so. Unless you just watching nothing but Yankees games, and if the Yankees is throwing up 20s, if the Yankees are just throwing up consistent 20s, maybe it's like okay.
Yeah.
Now we got to be like the Yankees just might be that good. Like they might be one of them ones at this point. But as far as everybody else, I just think it'll just be an adjustment because the real hitter's gonna hit. I ain't gonna hold you. Man. Shohei Ohtani ain't using that bat. He had a walk off.
I want to see Shohei pitch against the torpedo bat and hit with a torpedo bat. Just see what he can do. I see what he can do.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that nigga's ever gonna touch a torpedo bat. I just don't see it. He could. I mean, look, if he wanted to.
Yeah, but he's also like Aaron. He don't need it at all. So there is that. But
he don't need it. Which is like I'm saying, like real hitters gonna hit. Look, we ain't never gonna have no Barry Bonds anymore because there ain't nobody that's doing steroids no more.
Fair.
Hey, I just maybe this will be the only thing that I can see this being. I can definitely see this being like this version of NBA's travel, where it's like it's you got hella old people talking about, you know, in basketball, like, yeah, that's a travel in the NBA, but the ref back in high school ain't calling that shit. When we play pickup, that's a trap, nigga. Okay. Just when it comes to MLB, they're gonna be like, we're not using them torpedo bats in AAU and little leagues. Who the fuck cares? It's MLB, baby. It's MLB.
And honestly, they should use them bats at the lower lip. We gotta know that you're actually good before you can get to that level and have a little fun with it. We don't need to use some special tricks and all that if you're not good for real.
All I'm saying is I would like to see a home run from a torpedo bat that isn't from the Yankees, and then maybe I will think differently about it. All I've been seeing is the Yankees just crushing it. And other people having torpedo bats, and it's not the same. I don't know. It's like the tush. Is it like the tush push where like only the Eagles look like they can fuck with this for real? Like I don't know.
Nah, there has to be somebody else who's using the torpedo bats and figure. I don't know, but it can't be like the tush push because the Eagles are the only team good at the tush push, so it can't be like that because I feel like. You're just hitting the ball. Granted, like it's hard for normal people, but in the MLB, all of y'all can do that. So I don't know. But I mean, like you said, we will see. We will see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. They're not going to change the rule, but we'll see how it quote unquote impacts records. I don't think it's going to impact anything, to be honest with you.
But moving on from MLB, let's get into some football because there wasn't many topics to go on for football this week. But then, of course, the gift that keeps on giving, or maybe he should stop giving. But anyways, Jerry Jones, he had I don't even know what you want to call it because we try not to talk about. We're both Cowboys fans, but we try not to talk about the Cowboys because
we was on a nice little streak.
Yeah, but Jerry Jones sensed nothing was happening enough. So he decided to go and he was discussing, I don't know where he was, but he always does press conferences and stuff. And he was talking about, he was taking questions from reporters about Micah Parsons' contracts. And they had asked him about Micah's agent, who is David Mulligetta, who is one of the more well-known agents in the NFL. He represents like Jalen Ramsey, Derwin James, CJ Stroud, Micah, obviously.
You saying the
And
wrong
also
names.
Deshaun Watson. Because he's the one who got Deshaun
That's
Watson.
the most important.
Yeah. He's the one who got Deshaun Watson that completely guaranteed contract that the Browns are still hating on. But reporters asked about contracts and everything with Jerry and Micah, and he was like, I'm the one who has to he said he's been discussing contracts with Micah Parsons and not the agent. He said he's the one that has to write the check, and Micah's the one who has to agree to it. That's the straightest way to get there. That's the principle involved. And then later on, he said that he didn't even know who the agent. He didn't even know the agent's name, which is incredibly disrespectful. And like when I first heard about this, I had got like a notification on my phone. It was like I don't know what time it was, but I think it was still like before noon or whatever. And it said, "Oh, Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons agreed to a deal," and I was like, "Awesome, they got it signed." And then I see this. He was like, "Oh yeah, I agreed to a deal with Micah, but I haven't talked to the agent yet." And it's just like. It's just like, what are we doing? And then Micah went on his own Twitter account, and he didn't. I don't want to say he called out Jerry, but somebody had said Jerry Jones had blatant disrespect with Mike, blatant disrespect for the agent, and Micah said, "Facts. David is the best, and I'm not going to do any deal without him involved. Like anyone with good sense, I hired experts for a reason. There's no one I trust more. There will be no backdoors in this contract negotiation." So he's not necessarily calling Jerry out, but he's just sticking up for his agent. But it's just like, why did you do this, Jerry? Like, I appreciate it because like we can talk about it, but why did you say this? What was there to gain from this? Like, I
mean, yeah, there's nothing to really gain from anything that he does when he talks. That's just kind of the culture that's been cultivated in Jerry world, where it's just like you just have to force yourself to block out the noise per se, but you shouldn't have to block out the noise as much as Dallas has to block out the noise. So it's just kind of is weird, but yeah, I don't really have. And granted, I have my disagreements about Micah in general, but I can't really find any real fault in Micah saying what he said, because I'm just like, yo, Jerry, stop. First of all, I need you to stop lying. You know who that man is. The whole league flipped their shit when they found out about that Deshaun Watson deal. Every owner in the league was so pissed when that happened because they felt like the market was about to get flipped over upside down. Like, you know who that man is. That's crazy.
And being honest, the market didn't really do like people were all like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna change everything." It didn't really. I don't think it changed everything. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It did it, but people got scared because it was just like, damn, Deshaun Watson did this. Oh, I can't imagine what the next man is going. The next man that is clearly better than Deshaun is going to want. But it's the same thing as Rudy Gobert. Everybody thought that Rudy Gobert trade was going to fuck up the market. Like, damn, you give up 5 firsts for Rudy. I can't imagine what they're going to ask for Kevin Durant or Jan. That it just didn't pan out. Like, now we trade Luka for a bag of chips. Now we trading Luka for crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
This is just. Did you see the I believe it was Dak's agents. They were talking. They were sort of like I guess they're also doing an interview. It looked like some podcast or whatever, maybe a radio show or something. But they were talking about how like they're talking about how Jerry Jones does his negotiation. They sort of like fleeced him or like sort of tricked him into giving Dak the exact like the contract he has where it's like 60 guaranteed and he has a no trade clause and blah blah blah. And like the way I don't remember the talk exactly, but the way they sort of describe like negotiations with Jerry and Stephen and like the Jones family is like they always want to wait till like the last minute because they're trying to put like pressure on you and because like I guess technically they do have the leverage because they're the ones who are paying everybody, but he's like all you have to do is just like hold your nuts and they fall every single time. So it's just like I don't see the point in dragging all this stuff out, especially with like if you sign Micah early Like if you signed Micah now, or even if you signed him earlier, like you would have had way more cap space. You would have a better plan for your cap space. So when it comes to like re-signing free agents and getting new people and everything, like you have a better game plan, and you'd be able to go all in like they always say they do. So it's just annoying, and just like it's just very much like nigga, shut up. Like honestly, that's all it is, bro. That's all it is when I hear Jerry Jones talk. I just be like, dog, just stop, just shut up, bro, please.
It's like senseless nigga babble, but he's not black.
Yes. That cowboy chatter.
Cowboys chatter. Oh my god, Cowboys chatter. Oh, I hate it.
That's
I hate it.
But do you have anything else to say about Jerry on this?
I don't have a bucket derby, so I really don't have much to say. I just, there's nothing that surprises me about Jerry Jones. But since we're talking about the Cowboys, I'm gonna be honest with you. It can be really quick because maybe I'm just the casual in this podcast. Maybe I just don't know how good Joe Milton is. I don't understand why people are talking about Joe Milton right now. I don't understand it. Maybe you have some insight that I don't know. Why do they keep talking about the nigga?
I can give you the Joe Milton, Dallas. They traded a 5th round pick, and they got I think a 5th and a 7th, or maybe they got a 7th. I don't know.
I think they got the 7th back. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Regardless, Dallas they just traded a 5th round pick for Joe Milton, who was the back. He's going to. He was rookie last year. He's going to his 2nd year now. He was like a 6th round pick. He backed up Drake May, and I think one game, I guess Drake May was hurt. It might have been like the last game or the second to last game of the season, and Joe Milton came in against, I believe it was the Bill. It was the last game of the season, so it was the Bills backups, and he came in and he just like balled. He was making like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson-esque type throws and evading pressures and blah blah blah, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, he's the second coming." And Joe Milton, he has all the talent in the world. He's like 6'5", 240. He's fast. He has the strongest arm in the NFL, bar none, even like stronger than Josh Allen and all them. Like he threw like 85 yards flat-footed one time. I saw the video. So like he has like all the talent in the world. But I watched Joe Milton in college. Joe Milton is not good at football. He's tall, he's fast, he's strong. That he fits all like the intangibles, but then you get him on the respectfully, you get him on the football field, he's not good. Like he will have his good moment, but he stayed in college. He was in college like 6 years. I think he started at Michigan, then he went to Tennessee, which is where I saw him. Like I watched him play. He wasn't good any of those 6 years, bro. He was not good. He was average. Like his last year was but still not good because he misses. He's not like I said. He's just tall and can throw the ball far and strong. Like he's inaccurate and he just doesn't. I don't know. Like I don't want to say he doesn't know how to play the game of football because that's like insult to that man. Because I'm not trying to do all that, but like he's just. I don't know. He's just not. He's better. He's much better in theory than he is in real life. So people are like, oh, he's gonna be the next whatever when Dak retired. Dak has his contract just got extended. I think like 5-6 more years. He has a no trade clause. Dak Prescott is not going anywhere. Joe Milton only has like 3 more years left on his contract since he already did his first year as a rookie. Like he's not like I doubt that. You already know how Dallas be in free agency. He's not getting brought back. So I don't get it. I don't see why people are acting like, oh my gosh, Joe Milton's gonna do. No, he's not, and that's okay. But I'm just glad they only wasted a 5th round pick on him and not nothing higher because I know the Patriots were asking for a 3rd round pick. So thankfully they didn't give up a 3rd. But Joe Milton is not. He's not like that, bro. Like he's cool. Like he has talent, but he's not like that.
Okay.
That's my. You said what?
Is he better than Trey?
I don't know because we saw Trey Lance play like one time. Like we didn't get enough sample size of Trey Lance.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know.
That's
like he's like a worse Anthony Richardson is what Joe Milton like because I mean Anthony Richardson is faster than Joe Milton. Joe Milton's still fast, but Anthony Richardson runs like a 4.344. So there's that.
Yeah, he's
but like strong arm, big body, inaccurate. He just worse Anthony Richardson. Honestly, that's it. So like maybe he'll turn into something, but it's going to be a project for sure.
Yeah, I just I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And I'm just assuming that it's hyped up because it's the Cowboys.
That's exactly
like
what it is.
Like had he got traded anywhere else, this is a non-story, I'm assuming. Okay. I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here.
All right. The only other teams it would have been a story on is like a team that doesn't have a quarterback, like the Steelers, who still have not. Like everybody assumes they're going to sign Aaron Rodgers, but they haven't yet. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on over there. Me personally, well, I'll say that for a hot take. But anyways, we're just talking about Jerry Jones. Then we sidetracked Joe Milton, but staying on bad owners. Woody Johnson of the Jets, the NFLPA, the Players Association, they just released like their player graded team surveys where the players come out and they grade everything about an NFL team. And Woody Johnson, he's the owner of the Jets. And he didn't like the grade he got because the players that he signed and the players that he paid gave him an F. So the Jets ranked 32nd out of 32nd out of 32 teams. So he got an F. They say that his rank is this low because of his perceived willingness to invest in facilities is 5 out of 10. Players feel that he doesn't contribute to a positive team culture, and they feel like he's not that committed to building a competitive team. And he was talking to reporters, and he said, "Hey, man, this grade is totally bogus, and the survey is not fair." And then he went to blame the players and said, "I can't fix anything if you guys don't tell me." And it's just like, or like the tweet says, "See, they're telling you this, Woody." And he was also ranked. I think he was also ranked 32nd last year as well. So this is like a trend with him, to be honest. So I just think
nigga don't ever get better, huh?
I mean, this is the same. He's the Jets. He was one of the people that wanted to bring in Aaron Rodgers. I think he was the one that his son was.
Is he Mr. Video Game?
Yeah.
Oh That's all. Oh my God. Get this nigga out of here. Yeah. Oh my God. Get this nigga the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
Like, anyone like, why don't they like me? Because you suck, nigga. Damn.
Oh hell no. Yeah, you suck. You're not good. You're not good.
Do you want to scroll through some of the other team rankings on the report card?
Yeah, I want to see some highlighted ones that pique my interest.
You can see the screen.
Yeah.
Here is the report card for 2025. Already starting off interesting with the Cardinals. They get it. Like when people have low grades for the treatment of families, I'm just like, nigga, what's wrong?
What do y'all be doing? Like,
why can't he's nice? What the fuck?
I'm trying to imagine. I'm like, oh, so like when they get at the gate, they saying hi, and then them niggas like, shut up, bitch. Like I'm trying to figure out how you get your D+. Like, how do you earn your D+?
Like, shout out to the Vikings for A+, and the Falcons and the Dolphins and the Cowboys got A's.
That would make sense. The Cowboys make sense. They be doing.
Let's see. Okay, the Bengals have an F- on the treatment of family. Let's see how.
What are you doing?
All right, all the way. Where is this treatment of families? Bengals are one of only 3 teams that don't offer daycare during home games, and one of only 10 teams that don't have a family room during the home games. Mm-hmm. Why not? What the fuck?
But they've been piss poor about their facilities, right? Do they still? I think they're the only team that has to like. They have to like.
Oh, they did have to walk across. Let's see. I think they might have changed that or fix that, or they're going to. I don't see anything about it on here. Well, I'm skimming through real fast. But it's just like, okay, no, they just got a new state of the art locker room, so maybe they don't got to walk across the street no more.
Okay, okay.
But still, like, nigga, what are we doing?
Treatment of family. Like, what are we
let's
doing?
Let's see who has bad food.
That's what I want to know.
The Bengals again. The Saints is very surprising because it's New Orleans.
That's crazy.
Let's see.
D minus. Yeah,
The
that's
Saints,
what I need to know.
The taste is a 6 out of 10. The freshness is a 6.6 out of 10. And the dining area is a 5 out of 10. And the Saints are one of the 2 teams that don't provide 3 meals a day throughout the week. Like, nigga, what are we doing?
They sharing that shit with the Pelicans. You know who eating them. You know who eating those.
Good Lord. Let's see. Let's go to team. I think I saw something that said like the Patriots have horrible team travel. They were saying like, I think they said like the Patriots airplane, like the actual airplane is like an old one.
Oh, that's crazy.
They said the plane is too small. There's no Wi-Fi.
Whoa.
In 2025. Not to sound super privileged and all that, but like it's 2025, no Wi-Fi on the air, like on a private plane.
I'm saying I'm on the Southwest, and I got the Wi-Fi.
And it says, and there are seats with ashtrays in the armrest. That means that plane. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Oh, that is old. That is an old plane.
You can't smoke on planes. That's like,
bro, that's a Tom Brady rookie year type of plane, my nigga. This is not. Ashtrays. This pre 9/11 ass airplane, nigga. What the fuck?
Dead ass. Like you cannot smoke on planes anymore. So why is it? That's how you know that plane is old.
Wait. I need to know.
What's Robert Kraft's net? I know he's not broke. Like, what's his network? Oh, shoot. What's Rob Kraft's network? He's worth 11 point. Nigga, you can afford a plane, bro.
The U.S. banned smoking on all flights in the year 2000. The year 2000 was the last time, that's when it officially got banned. So in 1999, so it was before 2000. So this is a 90s plane.
Like,
this is a 30-year-old plane, my nigga.
Do they have pictures of the planes?
This is fucking crazy.
Here's a more
detailed timeline. In 1988, smoking was banned on domestic flights under 2 hours. 1990, the ban was extended for up to 6 hours. 2000, the complete ban was imposed on all domestic and international flights. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hell no.
Okay, they have. Yeah, okay. The Patriots have like 2 planes. I'm assuming from this because it said the Patriots plane, or I guess more than one. Okay, no, they have 2. The Boeing 767s. I don't know what that means. They're originally delivered to American Airlines in September and October of 1991.
Oh my God.
These planes are 32 years old.
Oh, that is fucking crazy.
Brother, why?
How do you feel safe on that? A 32-year-old plane? What are we doing?
You don't have to live. You don't have to live like this. You don't have to live like this, Mr. Billionaire.
1991. That's fucking crazy. Hell no.
That's insane. But one more thing to see at the thing. I want to see good owners. Who does have good owners? The Dolphins, the Vikings. People like the Vikings, so that's dope. But
Yeah, people.
what do they have for head coaches? Who's the lowest one?
Yeah, who was the lowest head?
Well, I mean, the Bears and the Jack. I guess they're talking about last season, so I guess it could make sense because they just got a new coach, so people won't really have.
No, I'm saying like it's kind of hard to judge that.
Yeah, so let's see.
And if we're being honest, that's a little generous for Matt Eberflus. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
very generous. See?
Yeah, they ranked him a C. So he was end up 30 out of 32. 59% of the players feel that he was efficient with their time, and they said he was moderately receptive to locker room feedback, even though that ranks him 31 out of 32. But he's not a head coach no more, so I guess grand scheme of things, it don't really matter for them.
Doesn't really fucking matter.
Who was trash that kept their coach? The Browns. The Browns. Let's see.
Wait, I'm gonna be honest. Why is Baltimore so kind of low?
It's because the lowest one is a C. Baltimore had a B, so.
Oh, they were just trying to be nice at this point.
Yeah. Let me see.
I guess.
Yeah, Baltimore just had a B, so yeah. What did they say about him real fast, though? They say for their head coach, 75% of the players feel he's efficient with their time, and the players feel he's moderately receptive to feedback. It's a little bit same shit for real, but
yeah, copy paste. I gotta remember this is a players poll. So
yeah.
They're not gonna go too crazy on that head coach. You feel me? I can get that. I can get down.
Yeah, like me, I would, but neither here nor there. But we spent some time with the player polls and all that. But the NFL, they dropped some new rules, and let's go ahead and take a look at them because some of them are actually sort of important. But one thing to get this out real fast, they keep trying to ban. Really, just the Packers keep trying to ban the tush push because they tried it and they were bad at it and it became a funny meme. So they're embarrassed and they keep trying to get it banned. It has not been banned yet, thank God, because I don't think you should punish the Eagles for just being better at it than everybody else. But let's see. Other rule changes included overtime for the regular season. It's now officially changed. So overtime is now like 15 minutes long, like a normal quarter. But this time, no matter what, both teams are guaranteed a possession. So it's sort of like how overtime was, or overtime in the playoffs was.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Instead of it being sudden death.
In the regular season, overtime is 10 minutes. In the regular season, overtime is 10 minutes. But they still both get the ball first. Or they both get the ball, rather.
So, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So regardless of a touchdown or not. So basically, if it's a turnovers on down on the second part, game is over, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I feel like this is going to make games longer, though. But, I mean... Well, no, because no matter what, once the time runs out in the regular season, it's a tie. So, never mind.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, you're right.
But now...
There's not going to be no double team. Yeah.
For sure. But now, touchbacks are moved out to the 35-yard line now. So, if it's a kickoff and you catch it in the end zone, it used to be, when we was kids, it was the 20. Then they moved it to 25, and I was like, I guess. They moved it to 30. I was like, all right, y'all are doing too much. Now they moved it out to the 35.
35?
Yeah. So if you catch it in the end zone and wait for a fair catch, it goes to the 35-yard line. Now, at first, I was like, all right, y'all niggas tripping. But then I see, like, no, they're trying to get people to return the ball more. So, like, kickers are going to start kicking it shorter. Because they did it a little bit last season, but not that much. So,
okay.
I ain't too mad. I'm not mad. It's going to make people start returning the ball more. So, and
whole lot of squib kicks.
Yeah, because nigga, 35 that's as far as fuck, bro. Like you only need, if you got to 35, you need like what 20 more yards than you're in field goal range. In all honesty, because kickers can kick from like 60 now. So, like, if you're my kicker, you kick a touchback, I might fire you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might cut you. Because
Hey, I ain't gonna
35
hold you. I hate to play the Chicago Bears in 05 with this fucking rule. It's either the 35 or give it to Devin Hester. I'm sick as fuck.
It's a 35 more fucking touchdown, nigga. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
I'm so upset. I'll be cussing somebody out. Hell no. I see it. I see the vision. I see the vision.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, and then replay assists can help even more with penalties now. So penalties can be overturned, or 5 more. So that's defensive player, face mask, horse collar, tripping, and roughing / running into the kicker. So I ain't mad at that, because sometimes, or not even a lot of times, these niggas need to get this shit overturned. So I'm not hating on that. Thursday night games, don't care about that, so I'm skipping that. You can NFL, they modified the uniform so you can wear the throwbacks 4 times a season. Cool, I guess. But this is another one, a more important one. The first downs, they are now measured electronically. They used to always use like the little chain gang or whatever they call it. But the chain, they'll still be there now, but now it's just, since there's so many sensors and trackers like in the physical football itself, they're gonna track it electronically. Which, I mean, I'm not mad at that.
I'm tired of an old ass ref that clearly see it's not a first down and give me the same little like get this old ass nigga away from me. Hell no.
Yeah, so those are some pretty sort of substantial rules. So I mean, we'll see how they come into effect in the upcoming season. It's not gonna the game of football will still look like football, so that's still what I like. Well, that's all we sort of have for the NFL talks. But moving to basketball,
you forgot the most important one. Getting rid of that swipe. They're getting rid of that swipe.
Oh yeah, because the NFL is, I don't even know, but now it's a 15-yard penalty for. Of course, everybody knows about the guns, and you can't do this anymore. For anything, you get a penalty. But now the nose wipe, which is CeeDee Lamb's normal celebration, is now officially banned. So you can't do that anymore because I forget the exact wording they used for it, but they're low-key right, but like still you can't relax, bro.
one of them football podcasts where them football niggas was on there. Someone was like, "So who snitched? Who snitched?"
Yeah, bro, like, why? Like, you don't know what that means.
And
they right. Know what it means to wipe somebody's nose, bro. He should know what that means.
He did not know about that shit. He is not hanging out with Thug. He's not hanging out with that. Like, bro, he's not one of them progressive ass niggas, bro. He's not doing that. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Yeah. Hell no.
But
I just want to point that out just to say that it's stupid, but it is what it is.
But we got a little bit more on stuff like that we'll get into later, because this whole shit is stupid. But moving on to basketball real fast, the official 2025 Naismith Hall of Fame class has been announced. And the people who are being inducted are none other than Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles, Danny Crawford, the 2008 U.S. Olympic men team, Billy Donovan, and Mickey Arison. I'm compassionate. I thought Sue Bird had been in the Hall. I thought she'd been retired way longer than, because I mean she obviously first battled, but I thought she had been retired. So I thought she was already in the Hall.
She's a recent retire. She's a recent retire for sure. But I just kind of chuckled because I was like, "Oh shit, the whole U.S. Olympic men's team." So, oh,
that was like, how does it? That was Redeem team, right?
Yeah, that's Redeem with like Chris Paul and Bron, Darren Williams and all of them. Dwight Howard. Michael Redd. Yeah, Kobe too. Yeah, Kobe, Melo, Michael Redd, all them niggas. And I'm just like, how does that work?
like they're not individual. They're like the team as a group is getting inducted. It's not like they're not inducting like Michael Redd. You are like, I guess technically
You are a Hall of Famer by technicality.
quite yeah. Like they want. I don't do that. Do the Basketball Hall of Fame do like busts or whatever for like the people's heads?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I think Tarian Prince was on that team. Hall of Famer.
What?
Tarian Prince was on. Yeah.
Tarian Prince is that old? No, he's not. Tarian Prince.
No. Wait. Not the dark skin. There's a light skinned dude. I think his last name is Prince. Unless I'm
okay, I was like Tarian Prince. I was like, what? He can't be that old.
Wait. I'm tripping. Because as soon as I said Torian, I'm like, no, not Tayshaun Prince. Tayshaun Prince. Nah, because deadass, when I saw Tarian Prince in my head, immediately that Baylor press conference came back to my head. I was like, oh no, that's not that nigga, not him.
I was like, what? But okay.
Tayshaun Prince. My fault. Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And I'm glad Dwight Howard's first ballot, because of course he should be. But it's just people done disrespected Dwight Howard's legacy so much, bro. He was one of them ones, and people just don't. I feel like him and Russ have their legacies just disrespected so much. Like they are not one of them ones, bro. Both of them. Just because it's sort of like when it ended for them or when it went downhill for them, it sort of went downhill a little bit fast. So, but like people disrespect so much.
Low key, it was almost Melo. It was almost Melo until he had like a nice little revision towards the end. But I remember when he left the Rockets, and it was like a 2-year period where nobody wanted to pick that nigga up because they just thought that it was bad for basketball or whatever the fuck, whatever lame ass excuse they had. So I'm glad. And I think it helps. Like sometimes it helps when you have a kid like that's like thriving, and you kind of working with your kid. Like sometimes that PR kind of, unfortunately,
I'm glad Melo's PR is getting built back up because it was getting hectic, which it wasn't deserved at all. Like the way people was talking about it. So I'm glad it's getting back to what it needs. That's
my goat right there, bro. I needed that revision. Now, did you see what Dwight tweeted out?
No, what did he say?
Okay. In midst of the Hall of Fame, I'm gonna share it. Because low key, I don't think it's gonna happen. Whatever he's requesting, I don't think it's gonna happen. But I see the vision of what he's trying to do. I want KG, Shaq, and Kareem to walk me out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that's happening. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that's not gonna happen, brother.
Like
it's not gonna.
I can see KG could do it. KG cool.
KG most definitely. And low key, I don't think Kareem has a problem with bro.
I don't think Kareem would do it. One, because Kareem is old. I think Kareem low key like a little bit of a hater, not as mad. Not like Shaq won't do it because Shaq is a hating ass nigga. But I think Kareem, I think he's a hater, but not that big of a hater. But he's also like, can't he walk for real like that? Ain't he like
that nigga can walk? That nigga, he went
they said Bill Russell could walk, but like when his last year, that nigga wasn't moving for real.
I mean, he was at bronze thing when he passed to Kareem in scoring.
And Kareem was sitting down the whole time.
He stood up and took a picture with Bron.
All right. Before the game. Once they sat Kareem down, they couldn't get him back up. He wasn't moving back up.
Bro, that's crazy. Bro, that's crazy.
I'm just saying.
You about to make me Google some nasty shit. Kareem walking. You really finna make me say something? Because now I gotta see it. Now I gotta see it.
Kareem is 77. He's 77.
Okay. My grandpa 85.
He turned 78 He turned 78 in a couple days. But your grandpa's not 7 feet tall and played 21 years in the NBA. in Converse, nigga. Like he didn't do all that.
But he's a 40-year smoker.
Kareem used to smoke. Kareem was on that gas, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Kareem was a hippie. He probably still do smoke.
if he's still smoking, no, he may not be able to walk. You might be onto something if that's the case. I don't fucking know. Oh shit. But shout out to this class. That's a lot of when it comes to the male side of basketball. I can't speak on the women's side, but from the male side, you got two, first ballot Hall of Famers that
two top 75 players, no matter what anybody says, because they ain't include Dwight on that list, but he's clearly one of the 75 best players ever. So what are you doing?
Ever. Some of the highest peaks we've ever seen in basketball. You feel me? So I'm just glad they're able to get their flowers. I'm happy for them. I think they're gonna really and enjoy this and everything.
I'm happy for her too.
Yeah, man, more too.
She was
Sue Bird. They all finna have. Like I said, this is a nice draft class. Well, not draft class, but this is a nice little Hall of Fame class right here. So I'm ready. There's a lot of weird discourse about Dwight being a first ballot or Carmelo, or God forbid, I don't know why niggas was out here talking about questioning why Carmelo was a first ballot. Y'all fucking crazy. That's fucking insane.
That's that disrespect. That's like I said, when Russ retires, it's gonna be the same exact thing. You're gonna have to be like, stop it, bro, because Russ is still cold.
I'm just like y'all understand, like, and stop trying to. Everybody want to make it seem like, everybody want to have like a weird memory, and think that this is the same as the Baseball Hall of Fame or the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is the only sport. This is the only sport that doesn't have like an NBA exclusive Hall of Fame, which means your high school and college accolades and your Olympic accolades fall in line and count towards your. This is a national champion. This is a national collegiate champion. This nigga holds record books in the Olympics. Niggas top 10 in all-time scoring. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
What the fuck are we talking about? And Dwight is fucking Dwight. And he got a chip. What the fuck are we talking about? To this day, niggas out here talking about nobody guards Jokic like Dwight did. To this day.
Literally. And that was old. That was old Dwight. That wasn't Magic Dwight. That wasn't even first
2020 Dwight. COVID Dwight, nigga. A slimmer version of Dwight, because I remember Dwight used to be fucking crazy.
That was Dwight with the tattoo. I remember when Dwight didn't have tattoos for like the longest.
I remember when Dwight had waves. Dwight had some waves on him. With them weak ass, them weak ass shooting sleeves them niggas used to have. Them little under, I don't know, it was Adidas. Them Adidas shooting sleeves them niggas used to have with the silver lining. Niggas know what the fuck I'm talking about. Iconic ass.
It was the late 2000s, the early 2010s, but it was a lot going on.
He one of the main reasons why Brolic niggas should never be wearing no kind of shooting sleeves. I don't believe in a certain size of niggas wearing shooting sleeves.
He was wearing a shooting sleeve and couldn't shoot. That shit was the funniest shit. That was the funny part.
Nigga had him on both arms. Nigga had him on both arms.
One of these bitches gonna work. I don't know which one of these bitches gonna work.
Nah, nigga. Had padding on the elbow and everything. I'm like, there's no reason why you have this on.
Oh my goodness.
At all, nigga. Hell no.
But in that Dwight tweet, it brought up Shaq, and there was a recent video that Greg hasn't seen. I watched it. Greg hasn't seen it. It was Shaq. He was commenting on a few things. I'll say that
I won't pass any judgment until I listen to this.
LeBron's longevity is a byproduct of the change in the physicality of the game too.
Definitely. Less physical. Right now, you get a flagrant foul, you get fined, suspended. Like guys ain't even following her no more. Back before I played, it was crazy, but when I played, it was crazy. But even before, like the 80s going to 90s, it was probably more physical then. But people get mad. It's just a product of what I see. I seen what greatness is. Been there, played with them. I don't see that all the time over here. So you want me to give these the same props you're giving them? That will never happen. So you call it hate if you want. But even with the word hate, like these kids that like to throw that word around, you ain't great. And I don't hate on you. That don't make no sense. I'm in the building. You're not in the building. So how the fuck can I hate on you? People say Charles and I, we're ruining the game talking about the product because the product is shit. Fuck, show me greatness. Like, y'all pay a lot of money for these shoes, and I want to see because be great. And I'm going to always stay on them and motivate them to be great. They can call it hate I want, but I ain't sucking these out just because they're making $400 million. A lot of these can't play, and they know it. In any era, they can't play. I'm just saying. Pick and roll, one-on-one. I fucking can't play, dog. Joker can play. Giannis can play. Dame, a couple of these guys can play, but a lot of these can't play. Like Ben Simmons, that need to be arrested.
What about like a Jason Tatum?
Jason Tatum can play. He's all right. I'm not going to bash him, but Ben Simmons need to be all right. $250 for that shit.
Arrested, did you say?
Arrested. $250 million for that boy. Get the fuck out of my face. Robbing people, man. Can't do that.
nigga said robbing people.
Ben needs to be arrested.
Does he still make $250? When the last time the nigga made $250? I'm at this point. We just said this shit for 6-7 years now. I ain't gonna.
But I mean, once he made the 250, he low key instantly was undeserving of it.
Oh shit, bro.
But Shaq, he was on his broken clock, right twice a day type shit, because that's what a broken clock is. But what is Ben Simmons? His cap hit this year is only $755,000.
He need to stop talking about this 250 bill. He gotta let the 250 go. He not making 250 no more.
Yeah,
Somebody about that
go. He only on like a 1-year deal right now with the Clippers. But I mean, like I said though, when he got that 250, it was like, you're not really doing it no more.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was just more. I don't know. I guess those are honestly that was like a tamer Shaq than we've heard in a while. Like he wasn't saying anything too flagrant. The only thing one of the biggest thing I disagreed on him with though is that hat. It was a bad hat. It looked like a Make America Shaq Again hat.
Yeah, I ain't like that.
But I don't know. It's always like people like, oh, back in the day and in the 80s and 90s, stuff was tougher. And it's just like, I wonder why all the stuff we imagine as great and amazing was the best when we were kids, when we were 12 years old. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe because we're misremembering it. Maybe because of nostalgia and all that. Like, that's really all that's happening. He's like, oh, they were such tougher and blah, blah, blah. And like, maybe so. But also, you were a child. So all this stuff was much cooler to you. So that's why you have this inflated like memory of it. It's natural. It just happens like that. So
I can't even let that nigga get it off, bro. This is not even a hot take, but when it comes to niggas like Shaq or niggas that were drafted in the late 90s, shit, even maybe early 2000s, y'all gotta stop talking about LeBron in a negative light. Like, it's just anytime you start talking to him in a negative light, you're inadvertently diminishing your own legacy.
Yeah.
Like when y'all start talking about this soft shit, it fucking kills me. Because you know what nobody ever answers? They never answer. They never tell you when the soft era starts. They never tell you when it starts.
Yeah.
Right? They never do it, because if you bash LeBron
was playing in 2003.
I'm saying, like, he got drafted in 2003. Nobody would say, not even Shaq definitely wouldn't say that 2003 was soft. That was his most dominant era, right?
Yeah.
It can't be 2003 because 2004 Malice in the Palace started. It can't be 04. It can't be 04 or 05 because we talk about the Detroit Pistons all the time in that era. You're not going to call Ben Wallace soft. You're not. So we have to go maybe, 2007 is maybe when you start saying, maybe when you start getting your shit off. But even then, I don't believe that to be. But if you want to use 2007, like, okay, LeBron has been in the league at that point 4 or 5 years already, playing in this era that you swear he's too soft to play in. They never talk about 08, 09, or 10 because that means you'll be disrespecting either Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, or Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
They'll never bring those years up. So they'll probably try to do the 2011, 2012. That's when flopping and all that stuff. But LeBron was a part of that early 2000s for 8 to 9 years. But he can't play in the 90s. He was in 2003, he averaged 21, 5, and 5. Or, well, it was technically 20, but it was 20.9. I'm going to round it up. 21, 5, and 5. He was a fucking rookie.
That's the only year he averaged below 25 points.
In 2003, which means people that were playing in the late 80s and early 90s were still playing basketball during that time, this rough-ass era. But everybody's like, LeBron couldn't. He did. But niggas don't want to be honest about it. They don't want to be honest about any of these kind of conversations. So, like I said, if you were born if you were drafted in the mid to late 90s or even the early 2000s, I think you need to stop talking about LeBron, because what you're going to end up doing, and you're going to start making that, you're going to start forcing people to make nasty narratives. Because when Shaq starts saying he can't do X, Y, and Z, now I got to be like, okay, well, I guess 2003 was the soft era, right? That's why you were so dominant. Right? Because they couldn't fuck with you, right? That's why you couldn't be Hakeem in the 90s, right? Because the 90s was way too difficult than the early 2000s. I can get my shit off now because now you keep trying to diminish LeBron because you can't tell me when the soft era started. So let's cut this shit out, man. Because if you go low, I can take it to hell. We don't want to do that. But Shaq be on that bullshit. He understands that. And it makes uncomfortable conversations. All this really does, every time you talk about LeBron in the early 2000s, that forces you to start saying some nasty shit. Like, okay, that means, are you saying Allen Iverson soft? D Wade is soft? KG is soft?
Like, LeBron was honestly born at the perfect time because he was able to, it sort of goes into what you're saying. I never really thought about it until like just now, but a lot of the older players in like 90s, LeBron couldn't play in our era, blah, 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 blah. But a whole bunch of players from the 90s was playing in 2003. That was a good point. And then it went to the 2010. That was like a different era of basketball completely from the early 2000s, from like style of play to like the level of athlete. And LeBron was in that help dominating. And now it's 2025, bro. Like we're almost through the 2020s and he's still cooking.
Like, he's dominating in eras. He just knows how to adapt his game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
all these other people that are quote unquote washed.
It's evident he's able to play in any era, like through just those 3 different styles of plays and eras. So all these people who be talking all that stuff, like I love T-Mac. He was like, LeBron be terrible one-on-one, if blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, he's old now. He didn't used to be old. LeBron used to be fast and could get on, it's just everybody wants to hate on him a little bit, or even a lot of it, just to hate on the era, and it don't really make sense to me. But whatever. The
first 5 years, he was averaging 21 points. The next year, 27. The next year, 31. We ain't even hit 2006 yet.
And this is like a 21-year-old LeBron, 20-year-old LeBron doing that. Like
a 21-year-old LeBron giving you 31 points, averaging 31 points for the season in 04-05.
There's no other 21-year-old averaging 30 points.
Keep in mind, I think there's still an old Charles Barkley that's still in the fucking league by this point. It's 05. Like it's 05. Michael Jordan was just 2 years removed from retirement the second time. You know what I mean? So, nah, man. Y'all pick and choose who y'all want to call soft, because y'all don't call anybody else soft in that era except for LeBron. And people want to be disingenuous about why LeBron, they keep up bringing the flop stuff. Let's be honest. Why did he do the flop stuff? He did the flop stuff because he's so fucking big and fucking strong that the fouls that he did to attack the rim wasn't bothering anybody. Like it wasn't bothering him, and he would still make it, but he was still getting fouled. And he just kept telling the refs, "Hey, yo, call the fucking foul. I don't care if I look like Superman out here. Call the fucking foul." So he had to embellish so that he can get to the line, get to the cup, get his little and ones off. That's the real reason why they call him LaFlop James. Like, come on now. We acting like he just soft because he's not affected by the shit. He's acting. God damn. But niggas like Shaq don't want to put context in nothing, bro. Nothing. It is what it is, though.
Yeah, we made it through all the stuff that we don't care about, and it was a lot, but we made it through. Praise God. But I think it is about that time.
That's a bet. Jax, what is your hot take of the week?
All right, this isn't even necessarily a hot take; it's more of a prediction. Because I've been seeing a whole lot of the stuff going on about Shedeur Sanders and where he's gonna get drafted and blah blah blah. And I ain't got no problem with Shedeur and Dion all them. Like if he goes top 10, that'd be dope. But I think Shedeur is going to. I don't know how to put this. I'll just say it like that. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to end up on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not sure how. I know the Steelers have the 21st overall pick, I believe, in the draft right now. So it's going to take a lot to move up, probably. But the way people have been talking is like, oh, we don't really know how good Shedeur is for real. He's really more of a second round grade. Like everybody is super duper high on Cam Ward. They love Cam Ward, but they're a little iffy on Shedeur because they're like, oh, he's not the athlete. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He was playing in the Colorado offense that was low-key whack. He holds the ball too long, all that. So I'm just thinking like he might drop a little bit. And I think if he ends up dropping to like out of the top 10, or he's still like able to be drafted around pick like 11. He won't be by 12 because that's gonna be Dallas, and Dallas already got their quarterbacks, of course. But like in that, if he's still available in that like 10 to 15 range, the Steelers are for sure gonna trade. I don't know who, maybe George Pickens and somebody else. They're gonna trade and come up and draft him. So that's my hot take / bold prediction or whatever, that Shedeur is gonna end up on the Steelers. Because I mean they still don't got a quarterback, and the draft is in like 2 weeks. So I think that could happen.
Yeah, I hope that happens, honestly. I think out of all the situations that can be out there, I think that's probably the best situation. You have receivers already. You got a great head coach. And you have
a good defense. Defense is always good, really.
Yeah, so that's probably the best thing. I don't know what the offensive line looks like, but it can't be worse than what Colorado was putting out there these past 2 years. So respectfully, this is what it is. And he doesn't seem like he's. I think that's a good organization. Organization that is patient for the most part when it comes to literally anything. Honestly, they was patient where they be, nigga. They patient. Okay, they patient. So if he doesn't pan out in Pittsburgh, I'm going to lean on the side of it's more on the player than the org, because they're going to give you every ample opportunity. So
as long as Mike Tomlin, because we know how Mike Tomlin.
As long as Mike Tomlin is there, yeah. As long as Mike Tomlin is there, for sure.
If you got a stable support system with Mike Tomlin and all them, then I think I'm pretty sure he's gonna pan out. Because I mean, I don't want to be like, what are the odds of that happening? But then watch that shit happen. But no, I think he's gonna end up on the Steelers and be a pretty solid quarterback for him.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I hope that happens too. I hope that I really do. I really do. Because
That's really the best spot for him outside of like the obvious teams that like the Lions or something. He's obviously not going to go to the Lions, but that'd be like a better spot because they're just built up.
that also, I also see that vision for sure. All right, man. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anybody that agrees with the NBA for finding John Morant, I think you're fucking stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be really honest. I think the NBA are idiots, and I think anybody that agree, I think you're an idiot too if you agree with how they moved about it. I think it was very stupid. For everybody that's doesn't know what's going on, John Morant got fined $75,000 for a gun gesture that happened I think 2 nights ago after getting a warning I think the night before, him and Buddy Hield for doing like a gun gesture towards each other on the bench or whatever that may be. And this whole kind of conversation is just so fucking weird. First of all, we're losing the plot because niggas out here talking about, everybody's starting to make think pieces about it, which I think is unnecessary. It's a fucking gun gesture. But
are you afraid, Greg? I did this.
Oh, you know the LeBron memes. I don't give a fuck. But if I was to give a fuck, if I was to really care and really give a fuck, the NBA went about it so unnecessary. Like, why find the nigga when you know you not finna reprimand all these other people that are literally doing it the night before? You gave that nigga $75,000. You find a nigga $75,000. Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves, a nigga that is nicknamed AR-15, did the same shits last night. Literally, LeBron did the shit last night, and I hate these dumbass. Whenever you say shit like this, niggas start saying dumbass shit like, I don't know why y'all acting like Ja ain't got no fucking track record. It's not. First of all, I'm not even trying to cape for Ja Morant. I really don't want to defend a nigga. I'm not here to defend Ja Morant. I'm just here. Consistency matters. Yeah. What you should have did was just ban the whole shit to begin with. Look, I know that the NFL is the no fun league, but at least the one thing I can respect is, okay, I don't like how CeeDee Lamb is doing the nose wipe. You know what I'm gonna do? Hey, fuck it. Nobody can do it. We don't want nobody doing it. It eliminates it eliminates the over policing of shit. It eliminates all these discrepancies. You have a clear cut rule. Now, when somebody repeat offends, it's like, okay, bet, cool, nigga, it's in the fucking rules, nigga. Can't nobody do it, but you're not gonna police it, and you still ain't came out with no reasonable ass shit. The only reason why Buddy Hield got the warning was because he did the gun thing first, and then John Morant responded. So they felt so like they had the optics would be bad if they just went straight to John Morant. But I promise you, Buddy Hield might do the little gun thing again tomorrow, and nobody's gonna know, and nobody's gonna fucking care. So yeah, it's stupid. It's so dumb, and I hate how. And people be wanting to say that I'm just this ultimate Adam Silver defender. I don't defend none of this shit right here. This is crazy. Cause you shooting yourself, it's self-inflicted, nigga. Y'all look crazy. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Y'all look crazy, nigga. I'm sorry.
The whole I honestly I think the NBA maybe they tried to ban it or whatever, but like you said, they're still not enforcing it properly. They're only enforcing it on Ja. And I just think even going back to like the NFL, like the whole ban the guns, like that whole shit is dumb. Doing what it's not gonna influence people. Like, oh my gosh, there's kids that watch the game, but like it's not gonna influence you. Your kids watch movies with guns. Your kids play video games. Your 8-year-old plays Grand Theft Auto. Like, what are we talking about? All this stuff is so stupid. I honestly, truly, sincerely just hate it. Like, why are you why are you like policing everything? Why is he making it no fun league for the NBA as well? Like it's just very, I don't know. It's just very stupid to me. And I truly hate it so much. They need to stop all that. I just really
it's just so
it's
dumb because now
$75,000. Like nigga, like you can't say no to these fines, bro. Like I would just be so I would be so mad. Like this for fun. Say like nigga, no, you're not getting this shit from me, bro. But
like y'all finna make me say Haney and shit. I don't give a fuck about this nigga track record. I really don't.
And Grant, it's not even no real track. He ain't doing nothing. Like he ain't shot nobody. He ain't been to jail. He just
And
did like.
Then you have niggas like this. This is the shit I be talking about right here. Like I understand Jay's point, but at the same, who's doing it has to come into play. Like Shaq could do the small celebration, but Karl Malone doing it will bring up another connotation in people's mind. And Stern would have told that nigga to stop. I imagine. What are we fucking talking about? Because why the fuck you comparing Karl Malone, who did a real fucking crime, to Ja Morant? By your situation, first of all, I don't like how you brought Stern into this. I'll bring that up later. But by your definition, Josh Giddey could never do the Westbrook rock the baby. He could never do that, right? Because it's a bad connotation, right? No, based off of how he feels, right? That's how we moving. No, we're not moving like that. You know we're not moving like that. I don't know why he brought that up. And then when he brought the David Stern shit up, no, David Stern wouldn't have talked to Karl Malone. You know what he would have did? Exactly what he did with the dress code. He didn't like how Allen Iverson was dressing, so he enforced the dress code for everybody. He literally did that. He wouldn't just single out somebody. I don't know why is this so hard to believe. Like, I don't know why this is such a hard concept for niggas to just grasp. Like, it's stupid.
I'm gonna be honest too. Like, shouldn't we not be more afraid of the two white boys doing a gun celebration than anything based on like past history? We shouldn't be afraid of them doing. I feel more comfortable with John doing it than with a man named AR-15 doing it.
The nigga's nickname is AR-15, and for the like, people are acting obtuse like this. This gun celebration is basketball based. Nigga, Mike Breen says fucking bang. We know where this shit derives from, my nigga.
They make like, Mike Breen not say bang. We gotta revolt. We gotta storm the NBA headquarters, wherever. I think it's like in New York. We gotta storm that shit, bro.
Y'all over policing, and Ja Morant gonna be the only nigga that's fine, and the NBA PA is gonna have no choice but to step in. You have to step in because at some point it's like, all right, bro. Like once we get to fines,
everybody lame because everybody wants to be the police, bro. Every never mind. But all these niggas want to be police. All these niggas want to be police.
That police line kind of make brings me back to 2 pods ago. Shout out to that back to blue statement you said back 2 pods ago. That shit was oh shit. But nah, for real. I just what you said back in the day. Dick riding is punishable by death.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting worse, bro. It just keeps getting worse. They got to settle down. The rodeo's over, nigga. Take that cowboy hat off. Get off the saddle. It's left Houston long. I think it left Houston already, right?
It's been about like a week or two. It's been going on the radio.
It's been a week. It's been a week, and you still trying to ride. The ride's over, nigga. Y'all gotta stop.
Oh my God.
Y'all gotta stop. Get off that mechanical bull. Get off, bro. This is not healthy, actually. It's not good for your health to be meat riding like this. Oh man. I'm glad at least 2 of us understand what's going on here because it's getting ridiculous.
I have other thoughts I can't say on this platform. So Never mind. I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when we press end recording. I'll tell you that.
Let's go ahead, Ratchet. This nigga about to say some heinous, and I want to hear it. Jackson, any last words?
Nah, bro. I mean, if you want to change your life, go do some life-changing stuff, man. It's spring. The sun's out. It's the perfect time to go do some stuff. Spring clean your life or something, bro.
Man. Get off dick, bro. Y'all got to get off dick, please.
Hey, go touch some grass. It is spring, so you can go outside and touch. It's beautiful outside. Go outside and touch some grass.
Like, bro, like get your cardio up. Go walk. Go hit a brisk walk, a power walk at it. Something, nigga. I know you ain't gotta run. Enjoy nature. Go do something, bro. Cause this shit right here is insane. Some of y'all is just chronically online, and I need y'all to stop. Get offline. That's my thing. Do something life changing. Shout out to my nigga Dana Dane in the building. Shout out to
Life changing.
You know what I mean? Life changing. And with that being said, road to 1,000 subscribers. We posting a video damn near every day. There's a video that's about to get posted literally within the next 40 minutes of this podcast being ended. Look, it's on schedule post. I got 6 in the tuck right now. But keep liking and subscribing. Road to 1,000. Hopefully we can get to there by May. And with that being said, we will see y'all next week. Go Cougs.